is a celebration of comic shops as a unique retail outlet. And of course, one of the things that's going on is comic shops are very different from other retail outlets, everything from, you know, Bed Bath & Beyond to your local bookstore even. Very, very different vibe, and some fascinating things going on. This is also a little bit of a love letter to comic shops, so we might get a little gushy, or we might get a little overly complimentary, but we'll address some tough issues too.
They should get grim and gritty.
Yeah.
We should do a grim and gritty panel.
Dark.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're at IDC. It's been for several years now, right? Those are like the best comics out there.
That's how I'm going to get that gig. At least.
Yeah. We need
In fact, there are several variants of this panel. Right now. I think the next door is the 1 in 500 panel.
Jay Scott Campbell's working on one right now.
There you go.
It's a really impressive booth. Yeah, we give that. Come on.
So we're going to have a little bit of fun, as you can see already. Let me introduce myself. My name's Ed Cato. I'm a advertising and marketing guy. I work with my business partner Steve Rotterdam at an agency called Bonfire Agency.
Yeah.
We are advertising.
Lunch.
He's the guy chewing. We are a marketing firm that helps brands connect with nerds, basically, in authentic and real ways. So we have a lot of different ways we do it, including a retail activation network called StoreCore. I also do some other stuff with a particular property called Captain Action, some other retro properties. But here we're really going to focus on our panelists. And we got some cool guys here, and we're excited to have you guys on board. What? No. Four A+ guys. And, you know, we're very much excited to have this mix of panelists, because I think you'll see that they represent the gamut of retailers, including past retailers, big and small, and even some geographic diversity. So let's go through a little bit and introduce our panelists. First, from right here in New York City, from Midtown Comics, we have Jerry Gladstone. He's the guy without the tie here, and we're thrilled to have you here, Jerry.
My pleasure.
Yeah, and what we wanted to do at this juncture too is, Jerry, just describe a little bit of what you do for Midtown Comics and how you got there.
How I got there is, well, we found this little hole in the wall. It was for rent in Times Square almost 19 years ago, and the rest is kind of history. I don't know if this is working or if
Yeah. That doesn't sound like it's working, is it, Kenny?
And so over the years, I just sort of evolved into the chairman of marketing position because no one else would take it. So I did it, and so I enjoy that. Love to write, market, and promote, and actually got some good on-the-job training. And we now have a great marketing and graphic design staff at Midtown Comics. And that's in a nutshell how I got there.
And you have more than one store now, Jerry?
We have 3 stores. Got the Times Square, Grand Central, and downtown. We were in FAO Schwartz until they closed down, which was very sad.
Not your fault.
No, I don't think we brought them down, no.
Good.
But, and we're still in Toys R Us.
That's great. And you have a very strong online presence too, is that correct?
Thanks for reminding me, we do.
Yeah.
We've got a lot of businesses done online.
I can speak from experience in saying that the warehouse that they have for keeping their online store it's mind blowing. It's you know, it's comics everywhere for as far as the eye can see. Just long boxes, you know, 30 feet in the air.
Have you seen the new one?
Yeah.
New Hyde Park?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's beautiful. It's beautiful.
Yeah. I haven't seen it. I've seen the old one, like the old one.
We have it right out there.
Yeah, fascinating. That might be a good raffle. Well, that tees up our next panelist. This fellow is actually an ex-retailer with a love for the medium. He works for Valiant Entertainment now, and we're just thrilled. Oh, here's some of the great Valiant books that are being out. That Bloodshot Artist, I just love that guy.
Oh my God, yeah.
Yeah, and Apollo too. Love that guy. So here we have Adam, as we call him, Adam Bang Freeman. So glad to have you up here, Adam. Yeah. Can you start us off too, and just tell us a little bit about your past history as a retailer, and also explain to us what you do now, which will help us in the context of this panel.
Okay, so yes, I go by ATOM exclamation point Freeman and Bang, where they don't like punctuation. So I started off as working in a comic book shop. I moved to California for business and was starting to not like my job. And that same week that I told my then girlfriend, I think I'm done. I'm only gonna start looking around. My local comic shop said, "Hey, you want to manage a couple stores?" I went, "Sure." So that was took about 5 years of that, along with working for publishers like Fantagraphics and some other smaller gigs, including writing for the LA Times. And then I bought the shop in 2000, and then I ran it pretty much exclusively through 2008, and then around 2010 started working for publishers with Top Cow. I've worked for a few other publishers freelance in between, and these guys, Valiant, found me just before they started publishing, so like November of 2011, I think. So I've been their head of sales, I think, from the beginning, and these days that's something to be proud of because we have a growing department of 4 sales guys, which is the biggest sales team in all of comics right this second, bigger than the editorial, as big as the editorial staff, which doesn't happen anywhere else. And mostly because we want to work with comic shops. We want to make sure that we're giving every comic shop available the attention they deserve. So we spend a lot of time on the phone and a lot of time in stores, talking to stores. So,
yeah. Now, when you started, Adam, there was a story. Did you travel to a couple comic shops?
When I started, I'm sorry. Well, yeah. I have traveled to a lot of shops. I've personally been just over 200 stores. I've spoken to just a little over 1,200 stores, the owners of about 1,200 stores or so, and so yeah, I've been moved around quite a bit. I was there. I was the sales team for the longest time, which meant I did every convention in those first 3 years, and that meant I got around to see a lot of really great shops. So yeah. Is that what you were expecting? I don't remember what we talked about last time. It was all blur. So.
Yeah. No, that was great. That was wonderful. Not as good as last time.
Next time. Go to San Diego. We'll get it again.
That's okay. Okay, let's skip to the end of the table. To our we'll come back to that fellow. To our representative from All Yeah Comics. Here's Mark at his grand opening last Saturday in
wow.
Another new All Yeah store. Watch out, Midtown, they're coming after you.
We're really not. We're not at all coming after you. We really like you guys.
We need more stores.
Yeah.
Well, none of our stores are near anywhere.
Yeah. Mark, we're so excited to have you here. Tell us a little bit about yourself and what you're doing on the East Coast and all that jazz.
I just moved to the East Coast. We have 3 stores, one in Muncie, Indiana, just north of Indianapolis, one in Skokie, Illinois, just north of Chicago, and now we just opened up in Harrison, New York, just north of Manhattan. They send me wherever we're opening a new store, so I'll be here for 2 or 3 years, and then I'll move on to the next one. Our chain is a little bit unique in that all of our stores are creator-owned. Art Baldassar and Franco from Tiny Titans, Itty Bitty Hellboy, they're 2 of the owners. Mark Wade is one of the owners. Mike Pellerito, the president of Archie Comics, is one of our co-owners. So it adds a different flavor to the retail. We do a lot of events, we do a lot of signings, we do a lot of outreach with the community. And we produce our own books, we produce our own toys. It basically got to the point where we started with Art and Franco, and they love the industry so much, and people kept telling them, you can't do this, you can't do that, and they hate being told that. So they just decided to do it themselves. And I've been doing this for about 15 years. They had been guests at the shop I managed in Florida for a long time, and when they found out that I was willing to leave Florida, they called up and said, hey, let's open a shop. So we did.
Actually, what I just said, one of my first calls for working for Valiant, I actually spoke to you when you were an employee in Florida, and you said you were about to open your first stores.
Yes, I remember that.
Yeah. Wow.
What was that shop in Florida?
Acme Superstore in Longwood. It's one of the oldest ones in the country. They opened in 1980, and it's been continuous ownership ever since.
Wow.
So, but I was with them for 11 years.
Wow, that's great. Now, one quick thing, that new store, which I thought was just beautiful, your walls are a little different than a lot of stores. Could you tell us a little bit about that?
If it's not colorful, it's not worth doing. I can't stand whenever I walk into a comic store that's too dark and too drab and it doesn't celebrate the medium that we're in, because I'm a snob. Art designs all the walls. We put our mascots up there, Ashy Cat and Adventure Bug. It's a 4-color smorgasbord. and he designs all of our business cards, all of our flyers, and the stores are all like he places everything we go and we paint it afterwards. We have something for everybody, but we also have, each of our stores has a massive kid section. We try to stay as all ages as friendly as possible, and the store, bright, clean, and colorful is our motto. So.
Yeah, that's great, fantastic. Well, good. Here's some of those
so
walls that he was
cute.
talking about, just gorgeous, right? So, oh yeah, that's right, we have a couple more. Forgive me, I'd set up that question. Here's another thing that we just wanted to talk about too. This is a peculiar thing in your new store. I almost feel like this should say, "Please don't feed the artists," right? So it's a
We've had
glass
that,
case.
yeah.
What is this?
The newest store actually had like a side room in it that was an office with a big window, as you can see. And because Franco's here in New York, we set up an artist table, and he's in there as often as he can drawing, but there's a camera above his desk and a TV on the other side, so you can get real close up on what he's drawing. And pretty soon we'll be doing live broadcasts of different artists and like doing Periscope and stuff like that. That's pretty cool.
Very cool.
But you get to really see the line work as it happens.
Yeah, cool. Neat innovation, right? Okay, let's bring it back to the great state of New Jersey, and we have the new, how about a little New Jersey?
He hasn't even introduced you and you're getting clapped. What's
Yeah.
up?
I seated the audience. That's what happened.
Yeah, some ringers.
Definitely ringers.
This next guy is a great individual. He's got a big heart as well, and a lot of moxie and a lot of enthusiasm. Jeff, we're thrilled to have you here from Eastside. Jeff's got a big appetite too. This is his lunch that he eats every day. It's amazing, this guy.
I just like that he said you have moxie. You don't hear that word often.
For the record, I don't know what moxie means.
I think Steve.
I think if you're
full of
looking
it,
up,
kid.
But I'm going to take offense to that, and I'll bring it up with that later.
Yeah. So, Jeff, you new comic store owner, you newlywed, you New Jersey guy. Tell us a little bit about yourself and why you did this mad venture last year.
I like to have the word new injected into descriptions of me whenever possible, so the more news I can stack up. I worked in Manhattan for almost a decade selling technology services, just like these microphones here. I liked what I did, but it wasn't my passion. Behind the scenes, everybody at the company I worked for thought I was one of the hardest working people they'd ever seen. Really, I was hiding out in meeting rooms using, just had to check, company resources to talk to Diamond, set up accounts with different vendors, and put a business plan together for 2.5 years. Finally got to drop 5 resignation letters on people's desks, and I was off. So I'm now chasing my dream, much like we have a great kids section. We try to stay colorful. We try to stick with the community. We do monthly movie nights where instead of charging admission, we collect food for the local food pantry down the street. That way the movie houses don't want to take a piece of what I bring into the store. Unless they want beans, I can send them beans or cans of corn. But yeah, we're very community focused. We try to stay as all ages as possible, but still cater to the more mature audience that we do have from time to time. And that's really it. I mean, it's about passion, it's about love, it's about loving comics and what they did for me as a collector, as someone who collected comics not for value but for story and art for over 20 years. And I just wanted to share that with the community at large, the people who live in the area where the store is at, Montclair, New Jersey, and I guess that's really it.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
awesome at the end of the day. So yeah, we through caution of the wind, my beautiful wife has been very patient with me, not bringing home $1. But yeah, we're doing good.
Yeah, fantastic. Yay for supportive wives.
Yeah.
One of the things we did want to embarrass you and ask you about was your wedding was very, very clever. You did some comic-y things.
We
I
did.
Thought it was brilliant.
A little bit.
Can you tell us just a smidge?
Sorry, I'm
about...
looking over your shoulder because I'm waiting to see what you picked up.
Oh, no.
Oh, good.
I just know they took
That
a
lunch
picture of me
thing.
down.
I
Yeah.
have no idea where you found that picture of me.
Yeah.
We at the under the chuppah, which is Hebrew for the little wedding canopy that we stood under. There we go. That's right. Jews.
So you're saying there were Jews in comics?
What? Maybe in New York. I've heard there's a couple. I don't know. That was before my time. So we had a small cardboard box that contained a Chewbacca mask, my authentic yet non-working Han Solo blaster from when I was a child, a lightsaber, and a set of earmuffs that let my, again, beautiful wife Marie, who I will name now.
Let's get her a chair.
I'm good.
Right? Yeah, so she, at the end, we played the throne room music from episode 4, and she looked like Princess Leia. I had my blaster, my best man put the Chewbacca mask on, and her man of honor, her cousin Evan, had the lightsaber, and we marched down the aisle, and we spent, is anybody here from Lego? Because I could open an account with you right now. We spent a couple $1,000s on Lego Star Wars keychains.
Right. Was that the wedding favor?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was, we gave those out, and apparently turned into like a mini Comic-Con because we had family members coming up with like fistfuls of Lego keychains going, did I get them all? And we were like, oh, you guys are collecting this stuff? It's supposed to be like one for everybody, but okay, whatever, you're running around collecting them, so it's cool. But yeah, it was
Oh,
good
that's
fun.
fantastic. Isn't that a nice wedding? Good, good. All right, well, let's go. Here, we'll start with a little bit
That's
softball.
a little personal. That the question.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've had a lot of fun with this gag. Of course, kind of tired, but who cares? So everyone in this room probably has this first time going to a comic store. Mine was crazy. So I figured out